Hello Taurus, welcome to your reading. I do want to let you know real quick that there is an astrological report for all of April. It's very in-depth and it gives you all the information on everything you could possibly want to know on the aspects of the energies that are affecting you and everybody around you. So there's a full version, which I highly suggest, and then there's also a short what did I call it? I called it a short look. You know, it's a reduced, condensed version that just does like predominantly just the dates and the information behind it within the astrology of the month. But I would suggest the long version. Anyway, let's get to your reading. So, Taurus, this is a very interesting reading because it covers a lot of areas. It doesn't necessarily do kind of like the love or romance. So if anybody's looking into that area, they might want to look differently in their sun, moon, or rising, because this isn't necessarily that. But this goes into aspects of you handling things well, but getting challenged. I mean, there's definitely levels of stress, but let's talk about it. There's the Tower card twice. Okay, now when the Tower card comes, the Tower card is kind of like a surprising. It's beyond our control, and you can't plan for the Tower card. So one is in your environment, and you've got the Hermit with it. So the Hermit is thinking very deeply about it. It's like a surprise scenario coming up in your life, and you're like, oh, well, I didn't plan on dealing with that, but now I'm dealing with it right now, and I'm giving a lot of thought, a lot of caring, deep thought to it. Also, it says in your future, and I think it's related to the same thing, there's going to be a little bit of surprise that's beyond your control, but it says that you've got the Queen of Swords there with it, so you're going to handle it very successfully and strategically, and very much so with success, whether it's you being the Queen of Swords energy or it's somebody coming along helping you out with the Queen of Swords energy, because she is phenomenal. Like, if you're going to be in a battle, there is nobody better than the Queen of Swords to strategically be in a battle with. You don't bet against the Queen of Swords. So it's good that it's coupled with that, because we always have challenges in life, and there's a lot of things that we can't plan for, but they happen, and then we have to deal with them. So that's like the heaviest level, because there is a level down in like the attitude and baseline where you have the Death card reversed. So there's an aspect of like endings or completions that's a little difficult, making a change in things. I mean, yes, sometimes the Death card can mean death, but you know, it's like the ending of something, and I think it does have to do with the Tower card too, that you are having to contend with a bit. But that's just one aspect of your life. The main thing in your life right now, it does talk about kind of like all the things you're trying to manifest. And I do feel that there's a level of Taurus, you can understand this and appreciate this with the like financial areas of your life. And also what's fantastic in this month of April, that towards the end we're coming in here and we're going to have tons of happy birthday Taurus, but tons of Taurus energy, not only in Taurus there, but also lots of other planets and everything very focused in Taurus, and very manifesting, very grounded, very stable. That's probably why you're going to handle some of these challenges very successfully. But it says that within your things that you're trying to manifest, it does look like you are looking at things that are working out, rather than too much looking at things that aren't, because there's always things that are working out and are not working out in life when you're trying to plan for things. But it is say that you're trying to kind of like balance the give and take. It's almost, for example, like if you were to have like, well, I paid this bill here, I played that, like bill there, I take money from here or there, like, like that's financially like trying to work those things out, or within your levels of where you're give and taking to make it balanced out. Because you have the Moon card with you here in the center, and that sometimes gives a hidden value. Sometimes they say secrets, but a hidden value or a delayed or up in the air kind of like hang time, where you're dealing with things and you're trying to strategize them, but you don't know for sure, so you're kind of like in hang time. You know, like when you have sports, and for example, someone's taking a basketball up and he's like, ah. Well, a better example is if you go up and you're going up to hit a ball in volleyball, and you have that hang time, and you're not quite sure which way you want to hit it yet because you got that hang time, split second. And you're watching the scenario of who's on the floor and who's doing what, and then where you're going to hit it, right? So the moon card can give that sort of energetic to it. The great thing is that you have one of the success cards, okay? You have the Six of Wands. So it says that the choices, wands, actions, doings that you're going to take will be successful. So that's kind of like the main thing in your center theme point of like your organization and trying to manifest things and what that looks like. So, I mean, that's pretty positive. And recently it says, even with some of the challenges that you're going through, you have support. You genuinely have people that love you and support you, and they're actually telling you, good job, you know, you're pretty cool. Which we need to hear that once in a while, that's for darn sure. Let's see. Because, I mean, yes, then like the hopes and fears over here, you have a little bit of anxiety, but it's just because you care. You have the Queen of Cups is coupled with it. So Queen of Cups is, you know, the feelings and emotions of a great amount of care behind everything that you're dealing with, even within the Tower card or the Death card, and that heavy, you know, you have the Hermit and the Queen of Cups. So like you have a great amount of care within what you're thinking about it. For example, with all that energetic there, that could be like, say, an older animal that you have that became sick and it's the end of life, not something you expected, but now you're dealing with it. You have a great amount of care in feeling, you know, behind it with the Queen of Cups. You've got the Death card and the Tower card, that's like the surprise, and then needing to handle it and do everything the best you possibly can. That's kind of like, you know, an example of the energies with that. You know, it's nothing that you have control over, but it's a surprise. It's a, you know, then you have to contend with it and you're feeling deeply. So, you know, that's like an example of the energies of something that you can be like dealing with within a scenario, but you're going to be successful with handling everything within that. And it does say that afterwards, because this stuff is kind of coming up right now or right in the near future, afterwards you have a huge, very focused, very Eight of Wands, very focused vision and hard. And then eights, you know, eights are foundational, eights are success, eights are like money, you know what I'm saying? You got two eights in the future that are like, you know what you're doing, you know what your actions are, and you're working hard in like studious and projects and like of what you need to do to get with you. And sometimes we have that when we go through a few difficulties, then right when we get through them or beyond them, or you know, you're more focused than anything. You have because there is a little tiny bit of, up here it talks about a little tiny bit of sorrow, the Five of Cups. That's one of our sorrow cards, that, you know, when you have a level of some sort of a loss that you have to reflect. It sure does make you have a lot of gratitude for the things that you do have and the good things in life, because that's in your center point here too. You're still able to have a lot of gratitude for the things that are manifesting and gratitude for the good things in life. So you've got a really good attitude. And it does say that in the future that you are going to, some of the load is going to be taken off with all the things you have to do and all the actions you have to take. And there's someone or looks more like a person that's coming along, a Knight of Wands that's going to come in and help take some of that load off with all the things that you have to accomplish. So, I mean, there's a lot of good things. I mean, we can go to the top just to show you real quick. So, you know, like here's where you have your Tower cards coming in your environment, and in the upcoming 2 weeks that there will be the Queen of Swords helping out that energy of really being able to handle it. the hermits within the deep thoughts within the Tower card. Here's where you have your Death card. You do have an Emperor that's, you know, the structure and everything, and, you know, it's still, once again, like the Queen of Swords and the Emperor. It's like being able to handle the scenario, even though it might be difficult. You know, even your hopes and fears, you have the anxiety, you have the Queen of Cups, just because you care a whole bunch. Here's your middle section with your the manifestation, the Moon card, the Hang Time, the Success card going along with it. Being able to look at the things that are fruitful, and weighing out where your give and take in is to do in your life successfully. Here's your support within the things that you're going through just recently. You know, here's the level of, down here I didn't discuss it, but this is a level of within another victory card. I mean, you've got 2 victory cards right side up, so you are victorious, and you know, even when you are Queen of Wands, kind of under the life hands you stuff that's not doing so well, you're still able to be pretty darn victorious with the things that you do. You've got a good baseline. Here's all the, like, the success in the future. I mean, gusto and success. Like, definitely 8 and 8 with the wands and the pentacles. Putting the actions to make the manifestation happen. A little bit of sorrow over here with the things, with some of the losses that you're going through. And then the 10 of Wands reversed, which helps it relieve some of that stress and taking on too many things that you have to do, too many actions you have to do when a Knight of Wands coming through and helping out in that matter. So, I mean, you know, the general overview of the cards and the energies that you're having around you. I say good job for going through, you know, and there's, you know, things happen too within the eclipses. With the eclipse energy and everything, there are surprises, there burn off and detox and information that comes through. So it's a lot of people having to handle some difficult scenarios, but it builds your character and makes you very grateful for the good things and the things that you do have. So I wish you the best, Taurus, and keep going, because you're going to be kicking butt and very successful with all those 8s. Like, on. So, all right, talk to you soon. Mush mush.